night today. All right, let's go to petitioner number 11. Are we okay on time? Yep, okay. Petitioner number 11, Talisha Wiggins, C 53814 for discussion and possible action. Petitioner is asking for the ability to resubmit her reciprocity application after the payment used for this application was disputed as fraudulent and successfully refunded. Ms. Wiggins, are you present? All right, we'll trail it. And then we are going to go to petition number 15. Petitioner Sura Ringel, MA-705852 for discussion and possible action. Petitioner is disputing V3150003 and V3150004. Ms. Ringel, are you present? All right, we'll trail. And we'll go to petition number 19, Leticia Morales for discussion and possible action. Petitioner is disputing V3150422 and V3150423. Ms. Morales, are you present? All right, we'll trail. Petitioner number 20 is Natalie Armenta, U-101020384 for discussion and possible action. Petitioner is disputing V3151177 and V3151178. Ms. Armenta, are you present? All right, petitioner number 21, or we'll trail it, sorry. Petitioner.
No, you can. That's not the one.
I was in a trail 20. Is that cool? Okay. All right, thank you for catching me though. I appreciate you. All right, petitioner number 21 is the nail bar S14520 for discussion and possible action. Petitioner is disputing V3148905. Is there a representative for the nail bar present? All right.
This one.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, are you a
Yes.
representative for the nail bar?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you so much. If you can please state your name for the record and raise your right hand, we'll get you sworn in.
Okay, let me turn on my camera.
Thank you.
My name is Truong Nguyen, Truong and Nguyen.
Thank you. And then let's get you sworn in. Let's raise your right hand. Thank you.
Okay, Ron. Do you want to tell, keep your hand risen,
I'm sorry?
to raise your right hand? There you go. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this matter?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you.
Okay, the floor is yours. Can you tell us why you're here today petitioning before the board?
Yes, I would like to request for a reduction on the fine for hiring unverified licensed nail tech. Actually, this lady during the interview, she said she has a license. Then that was the first day that she went to work, and she told us that she forgot to bring her license. I was like, maybe the first day. So shortly after the incident, the nail tech quit her position right away. So there's no way for us to verify her information, her license and everything. But after this, we changed the policy. We need to verify the license and check-in process for new hires. So things like that. But on top of that, I would like to bring to your attention that the business has been facing financial difficulties with slow and limited growth. So the ongoing economic challenge has made us, more difficult to meet your financial obligation. So that's why I'm asking for the reduction on the fine.
Thank you for coming. At this time, we're going to hear from the board. They're going to make their presentation and then we'll come right back to you, okay?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the staff's going to make their presentation.
This is Lauren Gossage, Regulatory Compliance Specialist. All right, for the nail bar, they are disputing the establishment allowing an unlicensed individual to perform services. This is going to be their third offense that they have been cited for this. Here's a copy of their petition. They were cited on December 6th of 2023 for a third offense of allowing an unlicensed individual to perform service. This was done during a routine inspection, and this is the unlicensed individual. Zoom in. Right. The first offense for unlicensed activity was on April 13th of 2021. The individual was occupying this station and left during a routine inspection. And this is the photo that we have for the second offense that was issued on June 4th of 2021.
Okay,
That's all we have.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Has a question for board staff, board member O'Brien for the record. The unlicensed activity for the second offense, and the first one, I guess, also, were those fines already paid?
This is Lauren Gossage. Yes, they were.
Okay, so then this fine would be strictly for this one. So basically this individual came into the shop, worked one day, happened just that our inspector came in, caught it, and then she quit.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Do we have any questions?
This is board member Douglas. I'd like to know, when you interview your employee, do you ask them to bring their license the first day of work, or do you just let them work and just assume that they have license?
The first question when I asked during the interview is if they license, because that's the lesson that we learned from previous citation. That's the very first question that we ask, and we remind them to bring the license to work. Even the first day, but she went to work on that day, did not bring her license. So I would say maybe the first day. So I let it go.
Okay.
I think it's an expensive lesson.
Yes, it is.
I mean, she should have been turned away and been like, you know what, come tomorrow or go back home and get it. And I totally understand like hard times, all of it, but after like the first two for the same offense, like,
Can I have
yeah,
some
of course.
words?
Go ahead.
Yeah, for the first two, we actually correct, the hiring process. Hey, you need to. There's a lot of people call me for a job, but when they say, oh, they're not licensed or they're still in the process of transferring license, I say no, just wait until you get licensed. But for this lady, she lied to us, and in the first day that she went to work, she did not bring her license. So I wasn't there personally, just, I'm in the other job and my manager reported to me. So if I were there, I would have told her to go home and bring a license to work.
I have a question for the board member staff. You might have already said this. The first and second offense, how long ago were those?
That's 2 years ago. We did not have any citations, after that. So we learned our lesson. So that was 2 years ago, 2021.
Okay, thank you.
This is board member Douglas. How long did the lady work before she quit?
That's her first day. Can you imagine her very first day? Just one day.
How long did she work before the inspector came in and gave her?
I would say a couple hours. Because we open from 10 o'clock. I'm not sure the time that the inspector came over, but it's a couple hours.
Okay.
That's bad.
Until now, I cannot even contact her for anything. She just disappeared. She did not come back and get her money as well. I mean, just couple like $20, $30.
If I may,
Yeah.
Madam President, to add to the discussion,
Mhm.
there are two things I want to point out.
Yes.
Whenever a licensee is doing work, they must have a license there with them. So if she came in, she should have had her license presented for the customer to come in and see her license that she is licensed to. Secondly, MB Cosmo, our database, you can check people's licenses. You can check if they actually have an active license. So there's two ways that actually I can call us too,
Mhm.
see if someone has a license. So for several ways, take a phone call, go online and see someone has a license, but also using that person's coming to work, and they must have a license to show that they are licensed to present those services, as you all do. Your license has to be there. It has to be shown right there with that customer. So the
Yeah.
customer knows you're licensed to do that. So there's just two things I want to add to the dialogue here. Thank you.
Yeah, very good points. Thank you for the reminders.
Yes, I'm just asking for the deduction of the fine. We take, full responsibility. So after this incident, we change, we implement the check-in process for new hires.
What is that process? Can you share that with us?
So the gentleman just said, we try to verify the license, and we make sure that they have the license on the first day, when they check in, when they check in the salon. It's not like, hey, it's first day that, we let it go. So we make sure that they have a license on the first day before they start working on the first customer.
Yeah, that's a good game plan. How do you verify the license?
We can go to the website.
Oh, okay.
And,
Oh, yes. I
we'll
was
check
just
the
making
license.
sure that's how
Yeah.
you did it. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions from board members? How do we feel? Ready to make a motion? Do we feel like a reduction? How are you feeling? Yeah, super bad luck. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay,
Let's do it.
okay.
This is what, oh God.
Can you see?
I cannot see. This is Board Member Douglas. I would like to uphold the citation, but reduce the fine to $1,500 to S-14520.
Board Member Harris, I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, Mr. Nguyen, we did reduce your fine. And then we are gonna keep the citation on your file. But board staff will reach out to you for payments. And if you have any questions, you can communicate with them at this time. Do you understand what happened?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, yes, you're welcome. Best of luck to you. And keep
Thanks.
working that
Thank
new
you.
verification process.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, petition number
Bye-bye.
23 is Yaniri Hernandez. Is this who we're gonna do at 2:45? Okay, we are going to trail her and come back in like 20 minutes. All right, cool. Let's go to 25. Petition Tran N-14121 for discussion and possible action. Petitioners disputing V3148257 and V3148260. Petitioner Tran, are you present? Sorry, with the all right, let's trail and come back. All right, let's do petition Eden Winograd C 54851 for discussion and possible action. Petitioner is disputing V3146179. Petitioner Winograd, are you present?
Yes, I am.
Hi, thank you so much. Would you please raise your right hand and we'll get you sworn in? Thank you.
Hello, do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this matter?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
All right, at this time, if you'd like to tell the board why you're here today.
Okay, so I'm here because somebody else's violation was mistakenly issued to me. I didn't put together like a presentation or anything. I didn't know that was a thing, but I have some little things on my phone. Basically, so I was working in this salon as kind of a receptionist almost, but I would like sweep hair off the floors and stuff, and I was supposed to be just waiting to switch out with the shop owner's assistant at the time. The shop owner was also a working stylist, so I was supposed to become his assistant. And while his assistant was finishing out his term with him, I was just kind of the receptionist answering phone calls and such. So because I was licensed, I was allowed to take my own clients on the days that the shop owner was off and use his station, which is why my license was displayed at his station. Now, his station was used by 3 different people, him, his assistant, and then one other stylist who would also come in on his days off. I only took ever 2 clients. One had black hair and one had bleach blonde hair, and the hair in the photo of the implement that had hair on it was red. It was also not my implement. It was the shop owner's brush, which is used by him, his assistant, and the other stylist who switched out with them on that station. I never used it. I only ever brought in my own things. And then also the day that the citation was given, I hadn't been working that week, or I worked that Sunday. The citation was given, I believe, that Tuesday or Wednesday, which left 2 or 3 days in between my last shift where other people were using the station. And the day that I worked that week, I also didn't do anyone's hair. I was just there taking phone calls. And the proof that I had of that was my message. So at the time, I had only 2 clients. One was my stepmom, who was in Germany at the time, so it couldn't have been her. My only other client was my sister-in-law. And I had a text to her on July 30th, which was the week after the citation was given, saying, telling her to come in to do her hair. I was like, hey, I'm gonna be here early that day. So she came in on the 30th. The day that I was working on the, let's see, what was it? The 24th, I didn't take any clients, and the citation was given on the 26th. And then I have the July schedule as well, where all of the blank spaces were my shifts and all of the ones that say Oliver were his assistant. So this was the July schedule. And as you can see, the 24th was my last shift before the citation was given on the 26th, which was Oliver's shift. And then my last pay stub from that week shows the 24th of just working a few hours taking phone calls. I didn't take any clients that day. And yeah, so I don't know if someone in the salon, I don't know if it was Oliver, the assistant, if it was the owner, or if it was the other stylist trying to kind of evade the charge and blaming it on me because my license was also displayed there, but I hadn't been there in 2 days and other people had been in and out. And on the last day I was there, obviously I wasn't even taking clients and have never used that brush. So I'm not sure what happened here.
Okay, thank you so much. At this time, we're going to hear from board staff and they'll make their presentation and then we'll come back to you, okay?
This is Lauren Gossage, Regulatory Compliance Specialist. For Eden Winograd, disputing V3146179. The citation was issued to her on July 26th of 2023, and it was for failing to apply infection prevention. There was hair that was found in the brush in the drawer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Any questions?
Yes, this is Board Member Douglas. I would like to say that when you guys share stations, this is what happens. So I don't know, for future reference, when you leave every day or every time you work at that station, I'm not for sure if you should take your license with you, because this is what happens when you guys have multiple people working at the same station. So that's all I have to say on that.
I was told that because I was working in the salon, that my license always had to stay there, but I wasn't sharing a station. I wasn't a stylist. And the last time I took a client before that was probably months prior, and none of that belonged to me.
That's correct, but you have to hang your license somewhere.
Right.
So if you put it at my station and you're not working there, if an inspector comes in, they're gonna see me and your license, and they can, give us both a citation.
But okay.
I'm just saying, when you share
So,
stations,
yeah, I understand I understand what you're saying. I just wasn't even a stylist. That's why I'm confused, because I didn't put my license
How'd
there.
your
That-
license get there if you're
My-
not a stylist?
The owner of the shop displayed my license. All I did was give it to him. I never put it up anywhere.
So you didn't see your license at his station?
No, I knew it was there. That he said he put it there because I was going to eventually be assisting him. But I was never a working stylist in the salon, so there's no way that I should have been given a citation.
I have a question, board member Moreno. Is there other licenses next to yours?
There should have been the owners as well as his assistants, and then the other girl that was using that station, I don't recall ever even seeing her license in the salon, so I don't know. But there should have been 3 in there because it was him and the 2 assistants, which was technically me waiting and his current assistant.
So board member Douglas, why would you bring your license if you're not going to be doing hair? You're just going to be answering the phones.
I wasn't allowed to be employed there without a license according to the owner. So he asked me to bring in my license on my first day. I gave it to him and then it was displayed by him on his station.
Okay, thank you.
Board member Gentry, first. Is there any way we can check to see?
I have a question. This is board member Jeffers. In the situation where an inspector goes in and there are 3 licenses, but nobody's working that station that day, how do they pick who gets the fine?
To answer, this is Janie Huggins for the record. If it's ambiguous in any way and there's multiple licenses, everybody gets the citation, which is not something we would like to double issue citations. I believe in this particular situation on that day during this inspection, Jen was the inspector. She's available if you would like to speak with her. She's just sitting in the other room. Multiple violations were issued to multiple licensees in this establishment. So I'm not clear if everyone got this exact same photo or if everyone in this station, if the people she's asserting the violations belong to were also cited or if they weren't. It's a best case scenario situation in these types of inspections, and they are doing the best they can to issue those violations with the information they have available. She wasn't present. It's likely other people weren't present, but if you would like, we can call her in.
Oh, can I say something?
Mhm.
So according to the July schedule, his assistant was working that day. And he would have been using that station because he was constantly taking clients. But I understand that my license was there. That wasn't my fault, but I also didn't know that it wasn't supposed to be there according to the board. But my thing is I had not used any of that, and I have proof that I had not been taking clients at that station and that the assistant was there that day. So I'm worried that he was maybe trying to evade the charge by saying, oh no, it was Eden. You can see her license is here, because I know for a fact he was there working that day.
This is board member Douglas. Does the person look like you?
The
That was doing
assistant?
hair? That was doing hair, because I'm pretty sure our inspectors can tell the difference between
The
you.
picture.
Yeah, no, he's a bald man.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Board member Gentry, can we ask?
Yeah.
Jen to come in
Yes,
here and
please.
confirm something?
Board member Harris, just for clarity. So you said the owner said you must hang your license even though you're not working.
Yeah, well, because I was employed by him, and if I wanted to bring in my own people, that I had to keep my license in there. And then they would also sometimes, if there were no phone calls coming in or no hair on the ground, one of the stylists would ask me to shampoo a client, for example, if they were working on 2 clients.
Mhm. Oh, okay, great, thank you.
Mhm.
Question to staff, real quick before she says stop. You can take your license anywhere you want to, right? You can take it and place it, take it anywhere you want to. Okay, you don't have to leave your license at an establishment, because the owner says so. You don't have to do that unless you're working.
Right.
Yeah, unless you're working.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Madam President.
Yes.
Vice President, it's definitely correct. You can have multiple places where you work.
Yes,
You can take your license there.
absolutely.
Of course, we have to be aware of where you're working, all of the
Yes.
locations, but yes, you can. take
Yes,
your license.
yes.
Well, they didn't have them hanging. They had them like on the stations under like a big heavy glass slab. So it wasn't something I could just take out whenever. I would have to have someone assist me. They had them all under like a giant slab of glass, like on the stations.
Right. So you should say, come and remove this slab so I can get my license, so
Right.
I don't get fined.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a possibility because none
Oh,
of
it
the
is. It's your license.
clearly.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's your license. You can do whatever you want to with it.
Okay.
Well, not whatever. You gotta follow the law, you know.
Right.
All right, let's
Okay,
get,
go ahead.
let's get in, our inspector sworn in. Can you raise your right hand, please?
Good afternoon.
Mhm.
Jennifer.
Jen Packard,
Thank you. Do you firmly tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth in this matter?
I do.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
She's all yours, board.
Board member Gentry. So I was just wondering if you recall or have any supporting evidence that she's claimed the stylist worked at the station, and especially that day this gentleman home. Do you have any insight or remember the situation?
At first, I was not able to recall 100% what happened because this was a year ago.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, let me try to recall everything. By my pictures, I did cite quite a few people for dirty brushes. I do ask if somebody's not present, I'll ask around whose station is this, whose station is this, and I get multiple people's input. I don't just go by one person. And they did have a glass thing. Now that she had mentioned that, I recall the glass with their licenses underneath. And I did ask somebody, and I don't recall what he looks like, but it was a male, and he told me it was her license. So
Mhm.
Follow-up question, was, Miss Winograd, present at the salon at the time?
no,
And was the gentleman working in the salon at the time that you saw?
yes,
Thank you. Was he also issued a citation?
I don't recall. I
Okay.
don't know his name. I don't
Sure.
remember his name.
No worries, no worries. It was a year ago. I'm impressed that you guys are able to come up here and do what you do. I can't remember what I did last week, so
Exactly.
good on you.
If it was Stephen Gibson, yes, he was issued. Is it Stephen Gibson?
That
That's-
It
is
was,
the
yes,
owner.
Gibson. This is board member Douglas. Was he working at supposedly her station?
I'm trying to recall the exact, how it was laid out. Some of them were like boom, 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 kind of in a circle, and it's very confusing who's where sometimes. Is that how yours was? I think it was laid out where there's like, it's kind of in a circle.
They were against both walls, and the owner had the first two stations because he would double book.
I'm asking that to say that was, the reason why you cited her was because it was at her station where her
Yes.
license was placed.
Yes,
Okay.
But she wasn't there for them.
no, but I did confirm with a few people in the salon. This is her station. Yes.
One of them being a bald man.
I don't recall. if he was
Okay.
bald. I do remember speaking
Right.
to a man though.
Right, okay. Got it. Okay, thank you. Yeah,
So he actually wasn't at the station when you seen him? You just asked questions?
I believe there was somebody very close by at that,
Okay.
in that vicinity of
Mhm.
her station. I couldn't recall if he was actually working or not.
Okay.
Can you clarify, at this time, are you still working at this salon?
No, I haven't worked there in almost a year. I'm not even in cosmetology. I'm going to law school now.
Wow, that's awesome.
She's at the, I'm sorry, Madam President, may I
please.
inquire, you at Boyd School of Law?
Sorry?
Are you at the William S. Boyd School of Law?
No, I'm in pre-law at San Diego State.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Pre-law, she's not in law school.
No?
Not yet, not yet. Heading there.
Very cool.
You got 3 lawyers right here.
Yeah.
so.
One that
Just
wanted to be.
Mhm.
Love and beauty. I love it. I love it. All right. How are we feeling on this? Feels messy like this. Yeah. I mean, I really, thank you so much. You helped a lot. Yeah, you helped a lot.
I mean, my thing is I was not a stylist. I did not have a station. I didn't pay rent for a station. Like I literally was the receptionist.
Yeah. And it being a guy.
This
like
is
she
board
had
member
said.
Douglas. When did you go to school for hair?
Me?
Yes.
Right before my employment. So I believe 2022 to 2023. No, the end of 2022, I graduated.
Okay.
Yes. Board Member Harris, do you reside here in Nevada or are you in California?
I'm here right now. I go back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready to make a motion. Are you guys ready to make a motion? All right, can I please call for a motion?
This is board member Douglas. I would like to dismiss the fine for C-54851.
Board Member Harris, I second that motion.
Rosalie Botelho, for the record, just clarifying, you're dismissing the fine. Are you upholding the violation or dismissing the violation?
I'm dismissing the violation.
Cool. Yeah. Just clarifying for the motion.
Need both parts.
Yes.
And I second that. Board Member Harris.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. And then at this time, can we go back up? Should we go? Is she ready?
Oh, that lady.
Thank you.
2:45 to hear.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, we, Eden, you're all good. We are waiving everything. No citation, no fine. You're good to go. Best of luck in law school, kick butt, and yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
When she goes to law school.
She's
Pre-law,
Pre-law.
okay.
Good luck for your
Oh, got it.
Right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck in the future.
Yeah, good luck with your future.
You got a
whatever
ways
that-
Thank you very much. Thank you guys.
So tired today. My
Right.
brain hurts. Thank you. All right, so we're just gonna wait for petitioner number 23. She should be on in a minute.
Yes.
So, yeah, let's give her a second. Yeah.
Want yourself something to drink?
No, because I don't want to get second because we. Needs to use the restroom or anything. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so we have enough people here. Let's just go ahead and proceed and get started. We're gonna go to petitioner number 23, please. Petitioner Yaniri Hernandez N-51725 for discussion and possible action. Petitioner is disputing V3147718. Petitioner Hernandez, are you present?
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, thank you so much. Could you please raise your right hand and then we'll get you sworn in, okay?
Yes.
All right. Hello, Yaneri. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Would you please walk us through your petition at this time?
Yeah, so I got fined for they found bits in my table. The person that fined me, I went ahead, as soon as I got the notification, I went ahead and I called the inspector to tell them that those bits are the bits that I no longer use. I was in the process of moving out at that time, so I was getting everything ready. Those bits, I have not used them. The only time I've used them was to check them on my mannequin. But I did call the inspector to see if there's any way if she can go back and walk her where I can actually tell her where my bits are. I do keep them in a sterilization cube as well as my where my barbicide is.
Okay, thank you so much. At this time, we're going to hear from board staff. They're going to make their presentation and then we'll come back to you, okay?
Okay.
All right.
This is Lauren Gott, regulatory compliance specialist for Yaneri Hernandez. She was cited $100 on September 21st, 2023 for failing to apply infection prevention to her implements that were found. She was cited $100. And it was for these implements specifically in this drawer.
All right, thank you so much. Can I just ask like a very just direct question? Why did you keep these?
I went ahead and I went ahead and I was putting them on my mannequin, and I had to go home because I gotta go get boxes to go ahead and move out. So I just ended up putting there, but I was not using them for any of my clients. And my clientele, I moved out shortly after, so.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Anything that's on your workstation is supposed to only be sanitized. There's no way that the inspector would know that. You know, there's no way that a client would know that. They're touching adhesive. Are you using that adhesive on someone else? Like,
No.
there's protocols for a reason. And I know that you say that you were throwing them away or putting them on a mannequin. I'm sorry, I don't do nails. I don't know what that means, but I just, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Can you tell me what that means? What does that mean? You're using them on a mannequin. What does that mean?
So we have in nail school, we have a mannequin that they give us that you can practice or use tips on, pretty much like you practice on a mannequin. I still have that mannequin in on my file. And so whenever I'm not taking clients, I can go ahead and usually just practice on the mannequin. But since I'm in the process of moving out, I have all these drill bits that I had from nail school that I no longer use. So I was testing them out to see if any of them were good. So I just placed them in there so I can know those ones are no longer that I want to use.
Okay, I think just next time a trash can would be better for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Does anyone else have any comments or questions? No? Okay, all right. Yes, right in time. Our nail expert is coming, so give us just 1 second, okay?
Yes.
All right, just to catch you up to speed, we just have the nail gal. So we're gonna go on here, and then we just found some dirty nail bits. She was using them to test out on her hand mannequin from school, but they're on her workstation next to the adhesive, and she said that she was gonna throw them out. She just didn't get around to it yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so what was, okay. Okay, so, you didn't get around to it yet?
No.
What's her name?
Ms. Fernandez.
Hi, Ms. Fernandez.
Hello.
Board Member Harris here. So these bits were found at your station. Yeah, they look pretty used.
Yes.
So, and you used them on customers, correct?
No, I did not. I used them on my mannequin to test them out.
Okay, is this in a salon, correct?
Yes, this is in a salon.
Where you do clients?
Yes.
Okay, so that's our issue there. Because we don't know that you just use these on your mannequin, and do you do service clients there? We have no idea to which one you did, right? So each and every time, whether it's on a mannequin or a human, we have to keep our stations clean. I keep my drill bits in my sanitation box with my barbicide.
Yeah, I do have that.
You don't
So
have barbicide?
I do have barbicide, so that's the thing. When I got an email because I was working at that time as well. I work full-time. I got a full-time job somewhere else, not doing nails.
Yes.
So you can even ask the owner on there. I don't really have clientele because I was beginning to have clientele, but I just wasn't patient enough. So I just went ahead and got a second job working from home. So at that time I wasn't home. I mean, I wasn't working. And then I remember when I got the email, I did contact the state board right away. If there's any way the inspector can go back in there and have them inspect my whole salon, because I've never been fined. This is the first time I've ever been fined. I told her if there's any way that that inspector can go back and I can walk her through the phone where I actually keep my clean nail bits, which I have a sterilizer and I also have barbicide on my table where I put my dirty implements.
Okay, Ms. Hernandez, I understand that as well. So you just told me you normally sanitize all of your things. So when you do sanitize your things, whether you use them on a mannequin or a human, or as I just said, it's routine. You don't put some here sometimes, some here another time. It should always be in your sanitation box or your barbicide or wash them off in a clean drawer. It's
Yeah,
just
because I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's a mannequin, you know, if it was a human, I completely understand. But if it's a mannequin, I'm not using them on my clients.
Yeah, I understand that, but we don't know that. So when the inspector comes in, we don't know that. So yeah, so that's the thing. You can't just have them hanging out. Nail files, anything that you can reuse, anything like that, buffers are to be thrown away right away, not held, not kept, anything. So unfortunately, yeah, this is a little costly lesson here, Ms. Hernandez. So next time, just, not at your station, maybe at home, but not at your station.
Yeah, I moved out. Like I said, I don't even work at a salon anymore. I don't even work for nails.
I hear you. So yeah, so that's the thing. We just have to be clean at all times when we're servicing guests or around guests. And yeah, that's basically it.
Let's call for a motion. No?
No?
Call for a motion? Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's call for a
okay.
motion. Sorry.
So Ms. Hernandez, we're gonna call for a motion now.
This is Board Member Douglas. I would like to waive this petition's fine.
What? What?
Is that what
We're
we're
not
doing?
waiting.
Okay,
That's what you're doing?
I'm sorry. I would like to uphold her
There you
fine,
go.
license number N-51725.
I'm
Board,
sorry, second.
Board Member Harris, I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, Ms. Hernandez, I understand that you've moved out and moved on, but if ever you do come back to the nail industry, please just make sure that those bits are not, on a clean, sanitized workstation, okay?
Okay, thank
All right,
you.
thank you so much.
Thank
Best of luck.
you.
All right, thank you. Let's move forward to petitioner number 27, Samantha Burt, C-48232 for discussion and possible action. Petitioner is disputing V3147666. Ms. Burt, are you present? All right, we're gonna trail and let's work back through our previous trails. So starting with petitioner number 4. Petition number 4 is Dawn Tefel, C-25871 for discussion and possible action. All right, we're gonna make a motion.
Motion to deny and absent.
All right. Do any of the board members have any comments, concerns for the record for this petition?
No.
No? Okay, number 4, yeah. All right, then let's go ahead and make a motion, please.
Board Member Douglas, I'd like to uphold the fine for C-25871.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, let's move on to petition number 9, Michelle O'Connor, C-25738 for discussion and possible action. Board members, do we have any questions on this? It does not appear that Ms. O'Connor is present, so this is in regards to a transfer of credit hours. Yeah. Okay,
This
Can
is
I get a
Board Member
motion?
Harris, I would like to deny the petitioner C-25738.
This is Board Member Douglas. I second that motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, petition number 11 is petitioner Talisha Wiggins, C-53814 for discussion and possible action. This is in regards to, the reciprocity application with a fraudulent payment that was successfully refunded. She's not present. All right, let's go ahead and get a motion on this. We're gonna deny the petition.
This is Board Member Harris. I would like to deny the petition C 53814.
This is Board Member Douglas. I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Moving forward to petition 15, petitioner Sura Rangel, MA-705852 for discussion and possible action. She is disputing some fines. Yes. All right, Ms. Rangel, are you present? All right, can I get a motion, please?
This is Board Member Douglas. I'd like to uphold the fine for MA 705852.
Board
Thank
Member Harris, I'd like to second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Moving on to petitioner Leticia Morales for discussion and possible action. Similar situation, we're disputing some first offenses here. Ms. Morales, are you present? All right, let's go ahead and get a motion, please.
This is Board Member Harris. I would like to uphold the fines for U 101020236.
Second,
This is Board Member Douglas. I second that motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, moving on to petition number 20, Natalie Araminta, U-10102038 for discussion and possible action. Petitioner is disputing some violations. All right, doesn't appear that she's present, so can I get a motion, please?
This is Board Member Harris. I would like to uphold these fines for U-10102038.
Thank you. Can I get a second?
Board Member Douglas, I'd like to second that motion.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Moving on to petitioner 25, Chana Tran, N-14121 for discussion and possible action, disputing some fines. All right,
This is Board Member Harris. I would like to uphold the fines for N-14121.
Board Member Douglas, I second that motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Moving forward to petition 27, Samantha Burt, C-48232 for discussion and possible action. Ms. Burt, are you present? All right, can I get a motion, please?
This is Board Member Harris. I would like to uphold these violations for this petitioner C-48232.
Board Member Douglas, I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. That concludes our petitions for today. We're going to move on to agenda item F, miscellaneous agenda items. We're going to review the financial statement for discussion only.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I guess it defers to me. Before you, you have April's financial statement as well as May. I am presenting on behalf of our Chief Accountant, Josephine Albadera. She's actually out of the office, and I'm here to answer any question that you may have. If you look at the bottom line, we are in the black, and it's due to our wonderful compliance team and our accountant department that are actually doing better on our collections. That's why you've seen a drive of increased revenues. Not that that's what we're here for. As I say this probably every board meeting. We are not in the citing business. We are in the compliance business. And if we have our partners out there, organizations, other boards, other jurisdictions, even law enforcement that we work with to get people in compliance, that actually helps us, which helps our mission to protect the public, health and safety. So as I said before, we're here in the compliance business. As you hear from staff, as we always say, It's the board's discretion to lower the fines or get rid of the citations. We're here just to do our job and do it well, present you with as much information as we can, so you can make an informed decision as to what you want to do. So if you have any questions on our finances, but that's what's driving us being in the black. It's because of our collection efforts, and people are actually starting to comply and paying their fines, and hopefully it's a learning. Unfortunately, bought sense, as my father would say. Sometimes you got to fall down, pay a fine, and then you don't do it again. So that's our approach, and we just try to work with people to get them in compliance. That's all we're here to do.
All right, let's,
Sorry.
no
It's
worries.
like my phone.
All right. let's-
Yeah, 3 p.m.
Move on to May, or did you, that's May, yeah. we can go to May, okay.
So actually just accept the report. Any questions?
No? Very good. Just for the record, thank you to Josephine, even though she's not here. She does a great job with all these documents, sending them out, so thank you.
Very straightforward.
Okay, we're gonna move forward to Executive Director Stephen McDonald's Board Operations Report, please.
Sure. Also, I want to add from the last agenda, I apologize, Madam President. We do send these financial statements to the board president and to the secretary treasurer monthly. So they see these documents before it gets presented to the board, the rest of the board. So they actually sign off on it. Ha. So just want to let you all know. I'm not buying a Maserati out there. Let's see. Okay, I'll be quick as well. The operations report, and we're very proud. You already heard from my review in April that you all saw what we've done over the last year with the legislature and working on our statutes as well as our regulations and everything that's gone on, our new digs, stuff like that. But this is just a continuation of those efforts. Our licensing department, we're still working on the software enhancement. That will be coming online hopefully soon. We're still working with our IT folks. You all know that we're still in our current location on the second floor. I want to introduce you to our education department, which is in conjunction with the mandate that you all provided me when I was hired back in November of 22 to do more outreach, to reach out to the industry stakeholders. I want to introduce you to Erica Swick. She is our education specialist. She's the one that actually runs that department. And she works definitely for our chief compliance officer. They were close together. And also, I hope you all received your inaugural quarterly report, quarterly newsletter that we sent out to everyone that has active licensee. So hopefully you all have seen it and opened it up. It provides information directly from the board. Sometimes we get that where people talk about things, and once it gets around a circle, it has changed. Well, that newsletter is actually directly from us. So that way there is no, there shouldn't be any misunderstanding. It's coming directly from our mouths onto paper out to all of our licensees. So it should provide very good information. Also want to say congratulations and thank you to Erica for putting that newsletter together. It is all her. We had a little input, but she did a great job, and she's really the focal point for schools to contact students, things of that nature. And we're happy to have her in that position. So I just want to introduce you to her.
Welcome.
Okay. Compliance department, well, you see the compliance department and their actions, when we have our quarterly meetings or even more meetings. I want to say thank you to Janie in leading that, as well as Lauren, our number 2 in that department, and all of our inspectors out there in the field. As Janie reported, I think in April, that we are out there. People are going to see us once a quarter. Before we didn't have that. We have a full complement of staff here. We have 4 inspectors. You're going to see our inspectors at least once a quarter, just to ensure that that there is compliance and that people are safe in what they're doing. That's on top of doing our regular complaint investigations, because we do a lot of that. People do complain about things happening to them, and they want to know. We do those investigations. I just want to say thank you to our compliance staff. Thank you for compliance staff as well with the statutes and the regulations that are up to date. Our regulations did catch up with our statutes. It took us 2 years, but they are there. 2021 session, there were no regulations done. It took us till after 2023 to get the regulations done and get them passed through the Nevada Legislative Commission. And so we're very happy. So everything is up to date. Now it's just letting the dust settle and letting us do our job. Okay. Last paragraph here, as I always say, the future is bright. As executive director, I still talk to a lot of people in our industry. I talk to my peers nationwide. I am the chair of the executive directors nationwide. So I do talk to my colleagues of what's happening in other states, what's happening next door, like in Arizona, California, in Utah. So I do talk to my colleagues and to see what's going on in their states, because it does trickle into our state and vice versa. So it's good to keep those lines of communications open, and I will continue to do so. So that is my report for the board.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Any questions for the executive director, Stephen? No? Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on, we're gonna go comments from the general public for discussion only. The board will entertain comments from the general public for any item that is related to the Nevada State Board of Cosmetology. Members of the public can call into the meeting and make public comment by dialing 1-720-707-2699 and entering 886-7445-7204 for the meeting ID. Comments are limited to 3 minutes or less, and no discussion or action can be taken during public comment. Do we have any public comment at this time? All right, let's move on to comments from the board. Do we have any public comments from the board? Or comments from the board for the public?
This is Board Member Douglas. I have a question. If someone
Well,
complained,
Can we ask questions during this?
It's your
Okay.
comment,
okay, if someone complains, like Molly did my eyelashes, and I complained to the cosmetologist board that, you know, just say they got infected or whatever, what is the responsibility of the state board? Do they come out and do they ask her what happened, or what is the
I'll let
procedure?
compliance officer.
This is Janie Huggins for the record. If a complaint is received for a brick and mortar business and there is a sanitation or infection control concern, an inspector is dispatched within 5 business days of us receiving that complaint to do a inspection. They will do a thorough inspection of all the implements, especially those that might be associated with the type of complaint. So if it's lashes, they will go through if the single-use items are being stored correctly, if the implements are being cleaned, disinfected and stored correctly, and try to go from there. They also the inspectors receive investigative training as well. That's pretty standard throughout the industry. It's through a company called Clear. Most of the other regulatory boards in this state and other states have some sort of training in Clear, where they do try to understand what might have gone wrong or if something did actually occur. We don't always get information to substantiate the consumer complaint, especially in an investigative way. But sometimes we do get the information where they will concede that they did do whatever was alleged in the complaint, or offer other information that helps us close it out. Like if there might have been a disgruntled employee or a disgruntled consumer that wanted a refund, so we can try to get the most truth in the complaint to close it out, with whether it's with a finding or without.
Okay, because I asked that because sometimes, or majority times, you know, people are allergic to something and they can just have a reaction. And I'm just trying to see, do you guys find them as far as just because somebody did a complaint against it?
No, this is Janie Huggins for the record. We don't issue citations solely based on the complaint. The complaint will trigger either an inspection or an investigation to try to find an outcome. And we also will issue what we call warnings in some complaint inspections, where we call them compliance reviews, where it is a violation of our statute or our code, but the inspector can sometimes err on, this isn't an offense worth a citation, it's a warning.
Okay. Good to know.
Also, Member Douglas, the complaint information that is submitted can be submitted anonymously or with a name. Most of them are anonymous. And so we go out and do those investigations, and that is confidential. A lot of people try to find out, especially the person that may have made the complaint. They want more information, but that's confidential. The only time that we can bring that out into the public is if we're bringing a complaint before you as a board, where our DAG, not our chief DAG, but our DAG would bring a case before you like before. And that's where all that evidence would be open. But as an investigation, as a complaint, it is under law confidential. So we can't disclose that to the people out there that may be inquiring on a certain person that they may have done something unless we can substantiate it.
Board Member O'Brien, I have a comment. I would, not that I want to add more to anyone's plate, because I know how busy everyone is, but I feel like with us taking over the laser industry, I feel like with, you know, our eyes coming down on maybe the med spa industry, I feel like we're going to see more of these petitions. I feel like we're going to see more of these, you know, I'm not sure of this, I'm not sure of that. Is it possible to kind of like how Executive Director McDonald is going into the school to make sure that everybody kind of understands that they're able to kind of do something similar of some type of education? Yes, you are a med spa offering this, but we noticed on your service menu, you're doing this and this and this, you know what I mean? So that we can get those med spas into compliance, because I don't think that those are the only two out there that that's happening with.
This is Janie Huggins for the record. You are absolutely correct that that's not the only one out there, but we have actually had pretty high compliance rates for doctors' offices and med spas. As we find them, we get them licensed. We have about two now. After today's was resolved, we have 2 that refuse the license. They were under the same impression that the petitioners from today were, but most of them were unaware or delaying, and they will get the license once we work on it. However, with that being said, if anyone has any concern about a specific med spa and wants to point us in their direction, we definitely will send an inspector out to discuss with them and educate them that they need a license. We've also worked with the other agencies, Henderson Business Licensing, Clark County City, and North Las Vegas, for the ones that had categories that they could tell us this was something that they held a license in. We worked with them to get them into compliance.
Awesome. I love hearing that. I knew you guys would be on it.
Also, just for the record, we also work with partnerships, associations. We had a meeting last week, getting in on with the Nevada State Medical Association, which is Association of Doctors. So,
yeah.
So we actually met with them last Wednesday. I was up in Reno at the time. So it was a good meeting, and they had some questions. We talked to them, answered their questions, and so that way they have information to talk to their association, which is a voluntary association.
Yeah.
So we're working as best we can to get the word out.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Our board staff is always on it. I guess we can know that. All right. Any other comments from board members at this time? All right, then let's adjourn for the day. The time is 3:12 on July 8th, 2024. Thank you all for your time. Have a great week.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Motion this time. I've made a motion to adjourn every time. He's like, you don't have to do that. Dang it.